Hey, alright, cool. Listen, it's kind of, been a challenging week for me. Um, by the way, Savage Galaxy 9 here, if you don't remember who I am. Um, I know I wasn't active on YouTube for 4 months and stuff. I was doing things, and, you know, I just wanted to say, I know it's not really the time, but, I want you guys to go check out Slick Nuggets channel, and then there will be a video where it's featuring me, yours truly, in it. And yes, I am. For all the Trumbull kids who are wondering, who watched that video, yes, that was me, and this is me officially coming back into YouTube. I know it's been 4 months, but in the world of social media, it's been like 4 years or a minute, as they like to say. I'm not really used to the trends, and no, I'm not an oldie, not an older person. But yeah, I've just been going through a whole lot. But today, this week specifically, it's just been hard. Just graduated high school, which is the only positive thing. But you know, from now on, since I'm done with school, might as well get this whole thing. Just wanna apologize for the inconvenience and stuff. You know, still living in my parents' house. Haven't moved out. I'll move out soon, but I digress. Today I want to talk about the I just want to talk about what happened earlier this weekend. Well, technically last Monday, and it's gonna be really hard because I really, really admired this guy. And you don't know what I'm talking about. Let me get to it. xxxtenacion, aka Josiah Dwayne Offroy, was born January 23rd. I'm sorry, 1998. Died June 18th, 2018. It was really unfortunate because it was like 4 days after I turned 18, and the way how he went out was so freaking brutal. Like, if you saw the video of him in the car, which my thing is really a disgusting act to do, because instead of filming him dead in the car, you should have like gone to a hospital, but he didn't. And despite what happened to him in the end, I just want to make this video saying rest in peace. And today, just want to talk to him. I'm sorry. I just want to talk about how I feel about the matter. Now, how I personally felt about X, I feel like he personally changed a whole generation, which my generation, I mean specifically those who were born like a year before or after 9/11, that generation, the digital natives, I should say. I feel like he pretty much, he changed the whole demographic. Really, for me personally, I'm not sure about everybody else, but well, for everybody else, I know he changed for generation, but for me specifically, he just pretty much changed the whole landscape of how I thought about this generation. Because before X came along, I thought this generation was hopeless, generation sucked. I thought there was no hope, just no direction, and then X, came along and everybody followed him. Everybody, he was a very positive person. Well, not well. He has admitted that he has not been a great person, in the past, but during the final moments of his life, well, not moments, but months of his life, he wanted to make a better change, you know, and it's kind of hard, that guy is not gonna be here anymore. That one guy, the voice for a generation, is literally gone. I mean, yeah, I know this happened with John Lennon, Kurt, um, those guys. I know this happened. Oh, Biggie, Tupac, pretty much all the legends, basically. Yeah, I thought, I mean, it's like this guy, I thought I could like truly get behind. I could, get behind and just think that, oh man, this guy's gonna be around for a while. But Unfortunately, I don't think that way. Because usually when I get behind an artist, usually what happens is they stop making music, they sell out, they become part of the establishment, or this case, or if I really like this guy a lot, he's not going to be here, unfortunately, for a long time. And I know I should not be thinking stuff like that, but that's just how I see it. Because I'm gonna tell you right now about myself. The majority of my, well, each and every single, well, not each and every, but like most of my favorite artists are either dead or not making music anymore, and it's really unfortunate what happened to X. And you know, I'm actually happy. This week, we caught one of the guys who did it, and you know, hopefully, if justice is served. Now, onto what happened. Well, more to what my experiences about X. What my experiences about X. I got into X around early 2017. Um, I say like more late 2016 when I heard about him, but I didn't start following him till like January 2017, which is around his birthday. And I thought, oh shit, sorry, I thought, oh crap, you know, this guy I can really, really get in front of, you know, I can just get in front of, well, not get in front, but get behind, get behind, this artist, because his music made, not only, he was basically like the most diverse artist of our generation. Obviously, like nobody before him, like I don't believe nobody before him was, making the stuff he was doing, the stuff he was doing, and nobody after him. And despite all the controversy that surrounds him, you know, he still made, his, I feel like he don't know, he never got like, his full message out, but he said it before, if he was going to die, or like his words, be a sacrifice. We all know that happens. Um, said that he wanted to affect millions and millions of young people out there, and I guess one of them was me, because, like I said before, and he changed my whole demographic of what I view about this generation. Because I thought this generation was lost. I thought my generation was screwed over. But he came along and everyone got behind him, and he spread the most positive, even though he was not a positive person in life, he made up for it, for the last months of his life. And even when he wasn't a positive person, he at least tried to spread positivity the best way he could. I know that's kind of a hypocritical thing to do, but that's what you gotta do as a human, because we're all humans, are hypocrites by nature. But I feel personally that what happened to X should have not have happened before. Like, it should never happen to him. Like, no one deserves that. Nobody, under no circumstances, deserves that. It's really unfortunate what happened. Now, I wish I could, you know, say, everything's gonna be okay, but, well, in the end, we all know that everything's gonna be okay, but, you know, I just wish that, like, that never happened to him. When I first heard the news, I was just like, I was like, what? Like, the, like, I was like, what the fuck. I punched the wall. I called one of my homies to make sure, I called one of my homies to make sure that, is the news true? And usually I don't do it. I don't really do that, but it's true. And I'm like usually the last person to really find out anything about anything. And, you know, just his, his whole entire, just I just loved his whole entire energy, the whole aura he brought. Just the whole aura he brought, and everything that he did was so effing great. By the way, I'm trying not to swear because mom's in the other room, but you know what he did and what he was able to accomplish in his 20-year mission was, you know, what in the last 4 years was just like the best, some like the best things that we needed. We needed a guy like X. Okay, I'm not gonna just gonna be honest. Like we needed, or my generation needed a guy like X desperately. Like you do not know how bad. Like I was like not just I was willing to see a guy like X, but just willing, to see a guy like that come along and change the landscape of music. Honestly, if I'm being 100% honest, I feel like musically, X was kind of somewhat the Elvis of our generation, but but like but like more Tupac. You know what I mean? Like when it came down to the music, he kind of changed the landscape of what hip hop was. Just like how Elvis came in and changed the landscape of rock. Now, obviously, X would go down as a legend in SoundCloud. Go down as SoundCloud legend. I'm gonna probably say he's even a god or angel or whatever. But you know, you know, you know, I know it sounds like I'm not sincere, but I really am sincere about this. He did not deserve this. He needs justice. Us as a generation feel like we deserve this justice, this credit to him because, you know, you already know how Mondays are. Nobody likes Mondays, but and just change it. And we needed a guy to come along and show us how to embrace positivity and you know we needed we needed more than that. I feel like we needed him to live on for about at least. I personally felt like I needed to see more of him. Like I really felt like he was gonna be in this. Like I already know. I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like I personally felt like we already knew like I knew like to be honest with you all, I knew this day would come, but not so not this fast. Like not now. Like I honestly expected like 2 more years, and then or at least like just 2 more years, or at least next year, or you know. And I'm just being honest. I know you know I saw the video with X's dad, and he was telling us to mourn to mourn X. Yeah, he was gonna mourn his son, and he has every right to. But and it's just I can't. I'm really just distraught about this whole thing. Listen to X this whole week, sadder songs, obviously, but I honestly it's not because I feel like what I mean, and X, he cared about the youth a lot. He cared about his I feel like this generation specifically, like he saw it and he did it, and I feel like after X, we're not gonna have anyone musically as close, and we're not gonna have anyone as like relatively close to X. Maybe we will, because we all know like the good die young, and I'm not gonna say X was a great guy, but when he made up for it, he was on the verge of changing his whole life around. So at least he tried to become a positive more positive person. I feel like by the end of this year he would have changed completely, and I agree with that 100%. And you know, I honestly feel like what happened to him was a disgusting act and done by total assholes, and you know, but I feel like, but honestly, I'm not gonna say anything else about that. But you know, it's just unfortunate what happened to him. I just hope they catch the guys who did it, like both of them. I know they caught one already, but just another one. I know it's been like, you know, probably 15 minutes, but you know, I just needed to come out and just say, you know, what I really feel about it. You know, I feel like I said before, I'll say it again before I end this video. X, he changed, you know, he'll forever change pretty much the landscape of what rap music is. Not just rap, but really music in general. He came along and, you know, he changed not just the landscape, but whatchamacallit. You know what I mean? Just that guy, that iconic figure from the generation. At least that one. I feel hopefully the next decade we can experience that again. But when it comes down to guys like X, I don't feel like we're not going to see another guy like him for a very long time, just like the others in the past. Or maybe we will. I just hope the next decade is like before I end off next video. I just hope that the next, you know, the next decade isn't as shitty as this one, or more, because we just need to change this whole entire mindset. Hopefully, it's the last decade of what modern America is before, you know, we had to, you know, reinvent ourselves as people. And this is just awful. He really was going to change this generation. Well, he was just really leading us to great. Well, he's about to, you know, lead this generation out of eternal depression. Nobody understood, but came along and understood. Or either can choose either to go right back or be more positive because X wants to be positive. Tomorrow I will post another video about X, but you know, if you guys want me to do any more videos, just like give me a like, subscribe. Of course, this video is gonna go unmonetized because I don't like to do that. And last but not least, thanks for all your support. And yeah, just rest in peace, X. xxxtenacion, just rest in peace, man. You didn't deserve that shit. You deserve justice, and I hope, and us as a fan base, hopefully we can get that justice. That's just for us, but for you. If you're listening, man, you you changed my whole entire thought process of this generation. You changed how I thought about modern hip hop, especially celebrities, and it's not all bad. So if you're listening, thank you, love you. Say hi to all the 27 club members for me, and hope to see you again soon. See you guys.